Yo, what's good, my eruptioners? Green Typhlosion here, and today we are going to be talking about 3 of the most broken Pokemon in the history of the game. This means they were virtually untouchable. Now, this is my opinion, but anyways, let's get on with the video.
But if you close your eyes,
this one should make sense. Psychic types were very broken in Generation 1 due to the special stat combining both offense and defense. So take Mewtwo, that has an absurd 154 special and an extreme speed stat with great HP and defense. You get a virtually untouchable Pokemon. You can't outspeed this thing, and it can't take any hit you throw at it. Since Psychic Pokemon had no nerfs, it meant this thing has no nerfs. It was one of the only Pokemon in Ubers at the time. Mewtwo also had access to one of the most broken moves for special Pokemon, being Amnesia. You can boost special by 2 stages, which meant you got even bulkier and can hit even stronger. Lastly, it had a bunch of special coverage moves like Thunderbolt and Blizzard, and consistently strong stab moves. This was the first broken Pokemon ever introduced, and it definitely earns the title of one of the most broken Pokemon. If you have ever played Pokemon Diamond and Pearl, you already know Garchomp is extremely powerful. Either you destroy everything with it or got destroyed by it. Let me explain. In Generation 4, at first Garchomp was at the top of the overused ladder, but since it had great bulk, terrifying attack, and decent speed, it just ran through teams. If it got one Swords Dance, it was game. Now, if you thought you could outspeed it, then you would be wrong, because sometimes they ran Choice Scarf. So, if you had no resistances, you either got blown back by an Earthquake or an Outrage. If you tried to send in Skarmory, you were greeted with a Fire Blast. So, after realizing this Pokemon was straight up broken, it was banned to Ubers. Despite being only a pseudo-legendary, it was still amazing in Ubers. Any Dragon type that could not outspeed Choice Scarf Garchomp just fell to Outrage. I don't know how, but this Pokemon did fall off in Gen 5 and was in overuse. But in Gen 4, if you came across this thing, you might as well have called it game. The moment you clicked on this video, you knew this Pokemon was showing up. Mega Rayquaza is arguably the most broken Pokemon of all time. This Pokemon created a whole new entire tier. This Pokemon had 2 components that made it broken. First, it had an extremely good stats. This Pokemon had sky high attack, great bulk, and decent speed, along with a great ability that made this thing untouchable. The second thing that made Mega Rayquaza broken is it had the stats of a Mega, but it does not have to hold a Mega Stone. This means it can hit harder with Choice Band or even prevent status with a Lumberry. And then it can Dragon Dance and make you forfeit the game. This Pokemon supposedly has counters according to Smogon, but in reality it has none. If it was hard countered by Xerneas, Arceus, Lugia, and Yveltal, and more, then it would stay in Ubers. Put it simply, if you're standing in this Pokemon's way, then it will just overpower you with its raw offensive stats and sweep any other counter you have. Put it simply, this Pokemon was and still is the definition of broken.